Okay, so now that I look like a normal human being, I'm starting off with putting lotion around my baby hairs. This is because liquid latex and hair just in general aren't that great of friends, so I don't advise that you learn this the hard way. Use lotion or petroleum jelly, either of those will get the job done. Don't mind the black stuff I smeared near my ears, I just used black eyeshadow to further blend my black wig, although my horrible eyebrows gave that away anyway. Next, I'm using liquid latex, and this one I found is great for sensitive skin, being that you're primarily using it on your face for this look. To apply the latex, you'll want to use a makeup sponge and cotton/toilet paper to build our new zombie-like cheekbones. Here I'm using cotton rounds cut in half, but I end up taking this off because I realized it was too bulky to start with. To really sell the big cheekbones and the sunken-in face, which a zombie would typically have, if they were lucky enough to still have a face, you'll want to start small and work your way up with the cotton and the latex. For these next two parts, it's going to be super repetitive. You'll want to lay down the latex so the cotton will have something to stick to, and then roll out the cotton balls so they will lay flat on your face. I mean, if you want to just stick latex-covered cotton balls on your face, then to each their own, but that's not really the look we're going for with the zombie princess. After that, you'll want to coat the cotton so it's completely saturated and one cohesive piece. Carissa ended up telling me that I looked like Santa Claus, so I couldn't really hold back my laughter, but I mean, I did look pretty ridiculous. Alright, back to being serious. With some pieces, I dipped the cotton directly into the latex to better anchor it to my face, but basically that's just me being lazy versus actually applying the latex with the makeup sponge first. And remember when I said it was going to get really repetitive? Well, I wasn't kidding. For the next minute or so of the video, I'm just laying down a layer of latex followed with cotton, then again coating what's left with more latex. I also use my fingers to blend it all together and make it seamless. Again, you'll want to start small and work your way up. I'm layering the cotton to make my cheekbones a more predominant facial feature. Don't forget to make sure to pay extra attention to your hairline. I don't know why I didn't pull my hair back for this part because I could have saved myself from a lot of pain. Once you're done building your cheekbones to the desired intensity, it's time to move on to the rest of the face, although I did go back at the end to make my cheekbones a little bit bigger. I wanted to accentuate that bump on the ridge of the nose that some people have. Who knows? Get it? Nose? Okay, anyway, what happened to her? She got into a couple fights with the dwarves when she turned all zombie on them, and they rearranged her face a little. I don't think they saw the end of that though, because I'm pretty sure the heart Snow White was munching on was Sleepy's. Sorry, Sleepy, I just like Bashful a little bit more than you. For the rest of my face, as far as the latex and cotton goes, I'm laying down a thin layer of each so we can later simulate wounds on Snow White's poor beaten up face. Make sure not to take too much attention away from the cheekbones at this point. We still want them to look like we are dying or already dead. You know what I'm trying to say. Again, I can't stress this enough, latex and hair are not friends. Keep them as far away from each other as you can. I didn't put the lotion on my eyebrows, but you definitely should if you're fond of those babies. As my mom once said to me, and probably still says to this day, do as I say, not as I do. Luckily for me, I was able to just wipe the latex off my eyebrow, but that may not be the case for everyone. You can't have a torn up zombie face, but then have no wounds elsewhere. I brought the cotton and latex down onto my chest too. Again, same steps as before, you just want to lay down the base layer of latex, add the ripped cotton, and then saturate all the areas. I didn't do too many details in this area because I knew that it was just going to be drenched in fake blood, but I still wanted there to be some texture to run off of. Surprisingly, this part hurt the worst to rip off when it was all said and done. Once it dries and you look like you stuck wet toilet paper all over your face, you're doing it right. Time to rip our face open, but only the latex part, okay? I'm taking one of the dwarves' hair cutting scissors because they obviously won't be needing them anymore, and I'm carefully, cutting open the latex in some areas so I can further rip it open. These will not only simulate wounds, but it'll break up the texture of the latex and cotton, adding to the realism of the look. Notice how I have one shade of foundation that looks very similar to my actual color and another that looks like self-tanner? Well, we're gonna apply the one that looks like self-tanner first. But before you go ahead thinking I just don't know how to match my foundation, we're using this one to darken the almost stark white cotton, so when I actually use the foundation that matches my skin, it'll all be one color. Otherwise, you'll still be able to see the different shades of skin compared to the cotton, and at this point, you'll probably look like you slapped peanut butter all over your face, which is almost as gross as eating it. Yeah, I hate peanut butter, what you gonna do about it? Then you're gonna follow up with the foundation that actually matches your skin. Here I'm using the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat foundation, but feel free to use whatever you have. Even Zombie Snow White needs to contour, so use any dark contour shades to further carve out those cheekbones. It's okay to be a little intense with the contour, being that this is an over-exaggerated look as it is. Use this on all normal places you'd contour, but make sure to really focus on the hollows of the cheeks. Using the Mayron Bruise Wheel, not the Ben Nye, which is equally an amazing product, I'm using this to add color to the wounds we just created. I'm starting off using the burnt maroon shade as a base color around my eyes, then following with the Midnight Sky to make the eyes appear more sunken in. The wounds are similar in where we want to start with the lightest red shade as a base and increasingly use the darker shades to deepen the creases. Also make sure to paint the insides of the new latex skin as if your flesh is actually ripping off your face. It helps to blend the outside edges of the ripped skin, as well to make it look like it's irritated. I'm pretty sure your skin wouldn't be too pleased with you if you just let it rot away, but a zombie princess got to do what a zombie princess got to do. Now for my favorite part of the tutorial. I'm using Kryolan Blood Eye Red Drops, say that 5 times fast, to make my eyes bloodshot. I was able to order this off Amazon Prime, whereas colored eye contacts I was not, so I went with this route instead, which I personally think looks just as cool, if not cooler. It tints everything that you see as red and is a kind of a trippy experience, but naturally goes away after a couple of minutes or so. I had no problems with the irritation or long-term effects. Instead of dripping it in and over my eye, I almost used it like an eyeliner and squeezed the product out while looking directly ahead. It definitely felt more controlled doing it this way. It's crucial to put on your wig or have your hair done for this next step because it's time to get messy. This is some homemade blood made out of edible ingredients because I knew that it was going to get in my mouth and I just really did not feel like getting poisoned or something else for that matter in this point in time. This stuff is so sticky but so worth it. I covered myself in it because I'm sure if you were to really eat a heart, which no one should ever do, unless you're the mother of dragons of course, it would probably be really messy. Now, go be the best zombie princess you can be.
So you just look like you have a black wig.
Black leg?
Wig. Hold on, let me...
There's stuff on my lens. Give me a shirt.
Wow.
I look like Mia Wallace from Pulp Fiction more than I look like Snow White. Can we talk about how, oh my god, this wig is so itchy, how
you
terrible
get bugs in your mouth.
I look.
Rachel, you gotta hold it right. Now eat it.
Oh wait, hold on. These may be poisonous.
Don't actually eat it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put it in my mouth. Are you recording?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Are you recording?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, are you recording?
Mm.
Are you recording?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.